Whoever you are, wherever you are, hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform by emailing me when we go on do our live stream. You also have access to premium content, those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, GavinRichard1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel GBoot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace. Hi, I'm attorney GavinRichard. Check out my latest book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. For approximately 2 years now, I have gone on a painstaking quest to investigate the rise and fall of an American icon, Bill Cosby. In the mid-1980s, there was not a star that was higher than Cosby. Advertisements with Coca-Cola, Jello, Kodak, along with the #1 television show for 5 straight years in a row. On Thursday nights, it was must-see TV on NBC. Cosby resurrected the genre of the traditional family sitcom that was once thought dead by television critics. He did this as a Black American with an all-Black cast and showed mainstream network executives in white America that it was possible to be successful without showing the worst in people. He also demonstrated the power that television had, as it can make younger people dream to be the best that they can be. However, like many celebrity stars, unfortunately, they all come crashing down, sometimes by their own fault, others not so much. In this book, I attempted to highlight certain things. We go in depth into both of his trials in 2017 and 2018, respectively. What if I told you that these criminal trials were politically motivated by an overzealous district attorney? Will you also be shocked to learn the attacks on Mr. Cosby did not start in 2014, but also in the 90s, not long after his attempted quest to purchase a major network? From where did all of these allegations of sexual misconduct come from? Were the accusers telling the truth? In the 2 years of research, with some help from others interested in learning the truth and facts about this case, we discussed both the legal reasons why his prosecution and trial were illegal, unwarranted, and also the possible personal motives as to why this may have occurred. Most importantly, we warn about the dangers of prejudice and why trial by social media, or extreme media rather, should never be the norm. All this and more in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. Available on Amazon this fall in Kindle and paperback format. Wherever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. If it sounds bumbled or garbled, please let me know. I need to make some adjustments with the mic if you can hear clearly. It is Random Topic Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Now, of course, we're going to be talking about something very sensitive. We're going to be talking still about this skit that was done by Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears called Through the Eyes of a Pedophile. And some of you, of course, I know we all get sensitive, especially when something involves children, when there's accusations that are made. But I ask that we all keep an open mind. And we're adults, and I believe we can discuss things without being disrespectful or without being violent, disagreeable. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get started in a little bit. Of course, I would like for you all to hit that like, share, and subscribe button as we speak right now to support this channel. As you know, our channel is not monetized. We have a shadow ban that is on us. However, we ask if you can support the channel to please donate to the Cash App, GavinRichard Esquire, or you can hit the Google Pay and PayPal and Zelle or Venmo to support us. But we ask that you still hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Share this video, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go in. We're also going to be asking you another way you can support our channel is to go and order some Nani's Creole seasoning blends. That's right. It's our new Creole seasoning. Try it on chicken, meat, or fish. Nani's goes great with every dish. Now, you can purchase that, ladies and gentlemen, online, and also support our music. So we're going to go ahead right now and get the show started. So it's time to get on up, as we always do every night, ladies and gentlemen. So let's feel the groove, get on the floor. Let's get on up so we can get this thing going.
Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, cause on the dance floor is where we'll meet. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the... Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the mood. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop or do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really grooving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up. Now 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you breathe and you achieve. And so if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the floor, baby. Yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.
All right. I want to clarify something. I am as well as I do attend. I am I believe as a general group, every child is in the presumption of innocence. And it does not matter how bad the charge are, how bad allegations are, they're like that. They're allegations. And All right. How's that? If this is better, give me a thumbs up. I need to know before go off again. I-
But I'm selling Girl Scout.
Yo, let the kid in, man.
Excellent. Okay. Excellent. Like Mr. Burns would say there, Danielle. What is it you actually do here on YouTube? You contribute no monies, so I can't see you serve any purpose here on the YouTube channel. That goes for you too, Judah Queen. Darius from Atlanta. I'm just kidding, y'all. All right, I was doing my Mr. Burns impression. Sound me up for the Christian Jubilee. Sound my name upon the roll. If it is not there, consider yourself downsized. All right. I'm trying to have a little fun and humor too with something like this because I know it's extremely sensitive when we're talking about this topic. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, ladies and gentlemen. So if we hot and heavy and we're good. But I was saying, as a general rule, you all know that I support our Constitution, due process of law. I support uh, obviously the presumption of innocence, and and Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish are presumed innocent. Now, some of you may or may not like that, and I love y'all, but I don't care if you don't like it. That's the law. That's the truth. We have laws in this country, and we follow them, of course. Now, I had an opportunity. Here's the other part to this. Just because something is lawful, or we don't know if it was lawful or not. Let me rephrase that. That doesn't mean something is immoral. I've been on both sides of this. So I'm an attorney, and as you know, I'm also a comedian. I have done sketches, not like this. Let me be clear. I've done nothing like this, but I have done sketches. And let me say, because we're talking about a skit that is described as with Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish, and this is obviously before Tiffany Haddish did Girls Trip. I can tell because at that time, if you remember, Tiffany Haddish, I mean, she had been on the stand-up circuit, but she didn't break out obviously until she did Girls Trip in I want to say it was in 2017. Somebody could correct me, but I believe it was 2017 when she did that movie, and she was doing stand-up on. I had seen her on Def Comedy Jam some years prior. She was working the Laugh Factory. I actually met her this year. So she was cool Pete. I She was very nice, very approachable. But what I saw in the skit, first off, it wasn't funny. As far as me being a comedian and someone that does skits, it's not funny. Uh, I didn't find any humor in it. I thought it was at, and this is just saying at best, it was in poor taste and cringeworthy, and at worst, might be illegal. Might be. I don't know the details of it, but here's something I learned about the skit. The skit as a disclaimer at the end, and I think it's broken up in different parts, where they say, "Be careful who you leave your children with," a PSA reminder. What they did, but what they did actually, I agreed with that point. That yes, you should watch who you leave your kids with, but in reality, the message was about them because how would a mother allow their children, and mother and father, let me be clear, but I only say mother because from the looks of this information, let's talk about it. And it's reported, I mean, on every news channel, but you can go to the New York Post. Shout out to my man Dwan B, because Dwan B was talking about it. He knows the mother of the women, of the kids that are accusing Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears. He knows Aries Spears. He knows Tiffany Haddish. Although my understanding, he hasn't really kicked it. Like he don't know him. Like we besties, we hung out or anything like that. But you see people in passing, especially when you work the stand-up circuit. You may not hang out with them, but you will see them in passing. So let's look at I don't have the actual lawsuit. I wish I did. I have been trying to scramble, looking for it. I've seen people that have come up with it. I don't know the case number. Um, I'm sure it's there, but we look at it. This is New York Post. I also have an article from the Daily Beast because they were the first to report it. Now so the skit we know it was made like I predicted in 2014. The Girls Trip star allegedly approached the children's mother again to recruit John for what she said would be a reel to get him on Nickelodeon. However, per the lawsuit, John ended up filming a video posted on Funny or Die and the other online platforms titled Through a Pedophile's Eyes. Let me say this to y'all, especially about Nickelodeon. Nickelodeon, if you may or not know, they have had people on Nickelodeon who are known to be perverts and sexual predators. I believe there's a petition right now. Let me just say this, even with this, there's a petition right now that's on change.org. This was let me share it with you. Look at this. Nickelodeon has a bad history with tolerating sexually abusive behavior in its employees. This is unacceptable for any company, let alone one that produces content for children. Brian Peck served 16 months in prison for sexually assaulting 2 child stars. He served as the dialogue coach for All That, in addition to various acting roles. He provided the voiceover for the show's Know Your Star segment. A 2002 LA Times piece on child stardom also said that the cast of All That had to attend a 2-week comedy boot camp with Dan Schneider and Brian Peck. Peck was convicted of 2 counts in a case brought against him by an underage actor whose family had hired him as an acting coach. Per the Daily Mail, Peck had been coaching the youngster in acting and was only arrested after the budding actor's parents reported him to police. So this is what he was charged with. Now, there are a bunch of people that they name here. The Dan Schneider guy, who's the big guy right here, he was in Good Burger and so forth. I've heard a lot of stuff about him. Now, he's a television producer. I think he was on an old, if you all remember this TV series called Head of the Class, I believe he was in that show, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he played Dennis on the ABC sitcom. That was Robin, who's the good? Yeah, Robin Givens was on that show, Mike Tyson's wife. Now I gotta be clear, he has not been convicted of these. Yeah, he has not been convicted of any charges to my knowledge. He's been accused, so he's still presumed innocent. I want that to be clear. I am not calling people predators and so forth if they have not been convicted of that, because it's not true. And I have to say it's all alleged. These are allegations. But of course, when you see, old saying, when there's smoke, there's fire. Now, of course, I believe who lit the fire. That also depends as well. We don't know what happened. I mean, look, Michael Jackson had hundreds of allegations, but never was convicted on one. And look, Michael, we know that was about money with Mike. And let me be clear, and I'm tying this back into Aries and the Tiffany Haddish lawsuit. No parent should leave their ultimate bottom line, no parent should leave their child unattended with anybody, period. Especially if you're going on television. Now, here's the other part about it and why there may be, well, let me get back to the article because I want to hold that thought, but remind me, I got to remind myself. There was, when we're talking about illegality, about the parents being there is a point and caveat I want to make to you all. But let's go back to the article. So let me remind you and go up. So we know that Tiffany and Aries are being sued for both accused of intentional infliction of emotional distress, gross negligence, sexual battery, sexual harassment, and sexual abuse of a minor. Haddish is also accused of negligent supervision, failure to warn, breach of fiduciary duty, and constructive fraud. Now, her attorney is Andrew Bretler, yes, who is Prince Andrew's attorney. And look, if you got money, you hire the best. You hire what you want. I have nothing against her hiring that lawyer. But the children's mother was a friend of Haddish who worked the comedy circuit. So she's worked the comedy circuit. And it's my understanding, and Dwan B reportedly said this, that money had already been paid. And even in the articles you read here, the Tiffany Haddish apparently looks like allegedly, because it's not been official, but that according to the lawsuit, via text messages, Tiffany said she wanted nothing to do with Aries Spears lawsuit or paying off money. Now, I'm trying to see who the mother, because her name was mentioned, Dwan B mentioned it. So I have the mother's name, and we have the mom's name, Teresa Morris. That's it. And Butler has been saying that this mother had been trying to extort money previously. And you know what it may have, and you know why, guys, when we talk about this, how California changed the laws. California now, there is no statute of limitations in which you could bring a lawsuit alleging sexual assault if you were assaulted as a minor, molestation. You can bring that up any day. You can bring that up now. That's what happened with Bill Cosby. And they changed these laws. We know this to go after Bill Cosby. That's why that was done. Laws, and they don't hide it. It happened across the country. Limitations on rape, molestation, so forth. They in New Jersey and Las Vegas, they use these groups like RAIN and so forth to get the laws changed. They get monies from donations. The people that were out protesting Dr. Cosby at his trial when Nicole was talking about it. Don't you think they were doing that for free? Because you got to remember, who paid that woman to come out with her bare titties at Bill Cosby? And it's a coincidence. Is it a coincidence that it's the same actress who played Rudy's friend on that show, who was a kid? I don't believe Tiffany is alphabet. Tiffany was married to a man long ago. I don't think that, I don't know what goes on. It's Hollywood. I have seen and I've heard about Aries Spears, burning bridges with a lot of people. But I saw a video clip. I don't want to even look for it, but I saw it for a fact because Corey Holcomb was getting on him. That's when he and Zoe Williams had that. Zoe Williams and Aries Spears had that little mix up, and Zoe was elbowing Corey to death. It is Hollywood for a reason. Who was on Shining Time Station? Now, I want to comment on something, my brother. I was watching Nicole's View and Harvey, and they were talking about The Rock and this skit. The skit he's talking about was, a child molestation robot I saw. And I don't want to play that clip because you play that, of course, you're going to get hit with a big copyright strike. But I want to be fair too. There have always, and y'all know this, they always have made sketches they've made fun of and of taboo subjects. If you look at this movie, hold on, let me put this in. You ever seen this movie? It's called, it was made in 1980, released in 1980. It's one of the biggest comedy films of all time. And y'all already know what I'm talking about. Hold on, let me pull it up. If you remember this movie called Airplane. This is it here. With Peter Graves, Leslie Nielsen. This was in 1980. This is when Leslie Nielsen, this is basically how he got his first big comedy film. But they were fast-paced with jokes, and Peter Graves' character was asking him very strange questions. Joey, have you ever seen a grown man naked? Have you ever been in a gymnasium? You ever been in a cockpit before? No, sir. I've never been up in a plane before. You ever seen a grown man naked? I bring this up because it's not a secret that they make jokes. They've always made jokes about pedophilia. You even look at now they actually wrote an article. The jokes we were that then are a little cringy nowadays, or are they? So we go back in time 40 years later. Now, this was a kid. Now, of course, he's not in underwear. They're not in a bathtub. And I'll be honest with you, when I saw Aries Spears with them raccoon eyes looking through the fucking newspaper, I was done. When I saw that, and then I saw there was another part. Of course, they centered where the little boy is on the floor in the kitchen, and he's eyeing up his uncle, who Aries was played by Aries Spears, I was through. I didn't even get that far. But when he was doing the papers and the boy was in his underwear and they're playing R. Kelly, I was through with it. I couldn't I couldn't stomach that. Even though if it's a skit and even if their intent was to be funny, there's such a thing called bombing. And I know for a fact, here's another point. They did not do this for free. Now, when I wanted to mention, yeah, but those are the movies they've done. So I point that out in fairness that that's right, long tongue song, gladiator movies. You ever been in a gymnasium? I mean, even the Scary Movie 3 movie that originally, Scary Movie started out with the Waynes, but they used to do overt sexual stuff. But there was a part I remember where a priest was babysitting the kid. I don't know if I could play it, but I would probably get hit with a copyright strike. But it's supposed to be comedy and they make fun and parody stuff. I understand that, but
Father Muldoon. So grateful you
I don't want to play it because I'll get a copyright strike. But
I don't know. He must be back in his room playing. Anyway, make sure Cody washes everywhere. Also, he has a little rash on his behind. Could you rub this lotion on his little bottom? Just apply it liberally.
now there's a reason I'm pointing this stuff out. I'm not trying to. It's not just Aries Spears. It's not just Tiffany Haddish that have done these jokes. Now, I think it was extreme. Obviously, when you started with had him in the bed, I mean, from the beginning, it was just cringeworthy. It was weird, and it wasn't funny. And yeah, it wasn't written well. But I put that up for a reason. They have always made jokes like this. Now, we laughed at it. Now, today, could they do that? No. Today, could Airplane be made? Could Naked Gun be made? Do y'all think they could make those movies? They made fun of a lot of people. I remember In Living Color did a Woody Allen joke. Now, they used adults in that. But it was interesting, too. Aries Spears even did an R. Kelly spoof pretending to be. They did an R. Kelly spoof on Mad TV. I don't want to get hit with the strike, but yeah, I had to stop. It was only it was on Twitter, and I saw, not that I was looking for it, but I saw Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears trending, and people were obviously commenting against them. So when I looked and I saw the timeline, I was like, "What's this?" And I saw part of it, and I couldn't believe what I was watching. But I understand, yeah, they were trying to do a skit, but I mean, even with this, they're making fun of R. Kelly. Hold on, let me mute it.
I like them young like they really do us. Girl, I'm so glad you came backstage. If anybody asks, lie about your age.
All right. Now, they always, I'm bringing this up for a reason because it is not uncommon that they will make jokes like this. What's up, Donna? They've always done stuff like this, and not just him. In Living Color, they did. I mean, you're always gonna have. I will say this: people who will find something, a joke that you do, a skit that you do, that they will not like. I can tell you though, I can't. When I judging by what I saw, I'm not laughing at it because I didn't find it funny, but this was not like this. I've never seen anything like that as a skit. I've seen like what we saw like in Scary Movie. I've seen stuff like what we saw in uh Living Color, like when they had did a skit making fun of Woody Allen marrying his daughter. They've always So I mean, they always do that. They've always pushed the envelope, which is what comedians do. So, and I'm not against pushing the envelope with certain things. However, I don't think this was one of them. Now, let me bring this up about the parents. Now, this was the skit I was telling you about in Living Color did when they made fun of Woody Allen.
And they're available. Hi, I'm Woody Allen. And just $40 a month should buy you a lot less than the cost of your 1 hour of analysis. You could not only feed one of these gorgeous, delicious Asian girls, but you could also date one. You believe me? They don't have homes. They don't have clothes. They don't even have breasts yet. Just think of it as an investment for your future. Just look at the difference you can make. You know what? Right here, 15 years ago, this girl was just a tiny orphan living in utter squalor. But just look at her now. Ooh, me so hungry. Guess who? Probably. Yes, dear Papa.
Yeah, but
don't.
Okay, but the main difference, even with this, is they have adults doing this. Now, I want to bring it back to something I was talking about. I want to show y'all this. I don't want. They may give me a copyright strike at this point. I don't care. They've taken my channel off YouTube essentially and demonetized it, so I can give a damn. But if you ever seen, no, you probably don't know who this man is. All right. Those of you, I'm gonna do like Harvey. Let me do like Harvey. Let me not show myself on the screen. Now, those of y'all that know, this here is a guy by the name of Vic Morrow. He was on an old TV show I used to see. Now, you don't know who his daughter, you may not know him, but you know who his daughter is. His daughter is Jennifer Jason Leigh. And, he was always talking shit, But I remember he did a movie. He did a movie called, and this was his final film, called The Twilight Zone, the movie. Now, I'm bringing this up for a reason. Let me stop doing Harvey. Okay, I'm bringing this up for a reason. Vic Morrow was killed in a helicopter crash filming this film. Now, those of you that know The Twilight Zone, they made a movie in 1983. And John Landis, the director of Eddie Murphy's movies, like early movies like Trading Places, he did Coming to America. He also did Animal House with John Belushi and American Werewolf in London. He directed Thriller. And he also did The Blues Brothers. He directed this segment. Now, I'll bring this up because this happened in July 23rd, 1982. The helicopter crashed on set when they were filming a live action stunt where Vic Morrow was carrying two child actors, Micah Den Lee and Renee Xing Chen. These were brothers and sisters. And that's the kids there. Morrow and Lee were decapitated, this is graphic, by the helicopter's main rotor blades. Chen was crushed to death by the helicopter's right landing skid. They died instantly. Now, I bring this up because it is a result of this. Now, John Landis, and it wasn't just John Landis, but it was also the director, I believe George Folsey, the stunt coordinator, and so forth. They were all indicted on criminal manslaughter charges. However, they were acquitted. So as a result of this, and the parents, I believe, on this set, they were paid monies. And they were paid monies to have the kids working. But the problem was they had them working at night. And there are laws, labor laws, especially in particular, about children and when and where they're supposed to be at and how long they're supposed to work. So you see, he violated California's labor law by hiring a 7-year-old and 6-year-old without permits. So Landis and several other staff members were also responsible for a number of labor violations connected with other people involved in the accident, which came to light afterwards. So they were paid under the table to circumvent state law, which did not permit children to work at night. So he didn't opt to see a special waiver, either because he didn't think he would get permission for a late hour or because he knew that he would not get approval for having children around a large number of explosives. The associate producer, George Folsey, told the children's parents not to tell any firefighters on set that children were part of the scene and hid them from a fire safety officer who was also a welfare worker. A fire safety officer was concerned the blast would cause a crash, but he did not tell Landis of his concerns. Now, why am I bringing all of this up? Is because, first off, if there was a skit, I have to ask, number one, and I brought this up earlier, who was producing that skit? Because I believe from what I've seen, it's been on Aries Spears' website, and from what the lawsuit states, that the mother had asked to see the footage because her son was crying about what he had done. And Spears said he hadn't edited the footage yet, according to the lawsuit. I bring all this up, and Dwan B brought this up, is you don't ever leave your children unattended, even if you know that person. Now, I heard it was supposed to be a Nickelodeon reel. We're bringing back Nickelodeon. But if you work on, obviously, a movie, if you work on in television and you involve children, there has to be a supervisor there 24/7, and parents typically are there present. If you remember the movie Superbad with McLovin, when he was having a sex scene in that movie, if you remember the movie Superbad, his mother had to be on set the entire time they filmed that scene. So if this is a skit, the question we got to ask ourselves, number one, ladies and gentlemen, who produced and wrote the skit? That's number one. Who is paying for it? Obviously, if it's produced, I'm asking who's paying for it. Where was the parents? Because I bring it all the way back to that. Whether Aries Spears, as a father, I'm not a father yet, but I didn't have to be a father. Even if it were my nephews, Lord, you wouldn't do nothing to my nephews doing some shit like this. I wouldn't have them like this. My brother would not have them in anything like this. Even if it was my niece, she wouldn't be anything like this. If her father wasn't around, as her uncle, if I was around, they wouldn't do shit like this. Now, I never saw, and I heard there was another video that I'm McLovin, yes. I heard that there was another video that they shot, and this even in the New York Post, where the girl was eating a Subway sandwich, and Tiffany's character, this report instructed to start, her and another boy were instructed to eat the sandwich while moaning and making sexual noises in a manner that simulated the act of fellatio from opposite sides of the sub. I don't know how true that is. I haven't seen it. I'm not really looking for it. Now, I must say, Aries Spears, his lawyer, Deborah Opry, responded saying he isn't going to fall for any shakedown. And Tiffany Haddish has come out. She did release a statement. She released a statement essentially saying how she regrets permitting, and let's read it. I like to be fair. She says, I know people have a bunch of questions. I get it. I'm right there with you. Unfortunately, because there's an ongoing legal case, there's very little that I can say right now. She went on to express remorse, saying, but clearly, while this sketch was intended to be comedic, it wasn't funny at all, and I deeply regret having agreed to act in it. I really look forward to being able to share a lot more about this situation as soon as I can. Now, she didn't say, I'm sorry that I did it. She just says, I regret. I deeply regret. Now, is this about getting a bag? I think there is some truth to it. Only because if there may be some truth to that, because if she had, first off, and I've read this, they were saying their mother tried to reach a $15,000 settlement with Aries Spears over the molestation video. $15,000? Let's think about that for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Do you think 15,000, your kids are worth $15,000? Their dignity, their pride, See, I can't rock with that right there. It's being reported, but just going off the allegation of it. If they made an attempt to get money from her, the mother, and you went for $15,000, first off, you're, aside from a bad mother, you're a bad negotiator. You can get a whole bag, and likely the bag dried up. I don't know. And I want to just also do this fair use disclaimer. All of the images, all the videos that you've seen, we don't own this. Of course, it was being made pursuant to fair use doctrine under the copyright disclaimer of Section 107. It was for educational, it was not for personal use necessarily. It was for commentary. But I want to take some calls. Before we take some calls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a quick commercial break. Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, I didn't mean to click that one. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. I'm going to take some calls from you all. So just hang tight with us. We'll be back shortly, okay? Peace. Hi, I'm attorney GavinRichard. Check out my latest book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. For approximately 2 years now, I have gone on a painstaking quest to investigate the rise and fall of an American icon, Bill Cosby. In the mid-1980s, there was not a star that was higher than Cosby. advertisements with Coca-Cola, Jello, Kodak, along with the #1 television show for 5 straight years in a row. On Thursday nights, it was must-see TV on NBC. Cosby resurrected the genre of the traditional family sitcom that was once thought dead by television critics. He did this as a Black American with an all-Black cast and showed mainstream network executives in white America that it was possible to be successful without showing the worst in people. He also demonstrated the power that television had, as it can make younger people dream to be the best that they can be. However, like many celebrity stars, unfortunately, they all come crashing down, sometimes by their own fault, others not so much. In this book, I attempted to highlight certain things. We go in depth into both of his trials in 2017 and 2018, respectively. What if I told you that these criminal trials were politically motivated by an overzealous district attorney? Will you also be shocked to learn the attacks on Mr. Cosby did not start in 2014, but also in the 90s, not long after his attempted quest to purchase a major network? From where did all of these allegations of sexual misconduct come from? Were the accusers telling the truth? In the 2 years of research, with some help from others interested in learning the truth and facts about this case, we discussed both the legal reasons why his prosecution and trial were illegal, unwarranted, and also the possible personal motives as to why this may have occurred. Most importantly, we warn about the dangers of prejudice and why trial by social media, or mainstream media rather, should never be the norm. All this and more in The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. Available on Amazon this fall in Kindle and paperback format. All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. That was the trailer for The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in America. It's available now on Amazon Kindle. I'm going to do a poll as well, but I want you all to call in if you got a comment about tonight's topic. We are talking about what is going on in Hollywood, part 2, the update on the Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears lawsuit. I want to know, before you call in, and I know we might have a lot of calls, I want to know, what do you think? And I'm going to put this poll right now on my YouTube channel. I want to ask you all, what do you think should happen in terms of this? Do you think this was just a sketch gone bad, or do you think this was something? Or do you? Well, no, let me change that. Do you think there is a shakedown, or do you think this is lowdown? Meaning, do you think that if you say a shakedown, meaning that they want money out of this, do you think it's just low down what they did, or do you think you're neutral? If you want to say neither, we'll just put that thing. I'm gonna put that in the chat right now. What is your opinion of the Aries Spears lawsuit? Give me a yes. You can vote right now, ladies and gentlemen. I just put it on the G Boot channel. Do you think shakedown, lowdown, or neither? Or what is your opinion of it? And we're gonna take some calls. So we got the call-in number is 656-6760. 656-6760. Ladies and gentlemen, is the call-in. Thank you, Darius from Atlanta. We're gonna go ahead and take some calls. If you got a call in, come on. My bet is Danielle is going to be the one that calls in first.
Danielle Meyer.
Oh, don't I call him?
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right, we have her, ladies and gentlemen. We have the one and only Danielle Meyer. Good evening, Danielle.
Good evening. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing fine. So I've seen your comments. I said you were going to be the first one to call in. So go ahead.
Oh, man. Oh, I cannot. I could not even get through 2 minutes of that video. I was not expecting that when I saw it last week. And I had to really watch the words that was about to come flying out of my mouth, because after about a minute and a half, I had to turn it off. The thing with the newspaper, him looking through the newspaper, that little child, and the bad part about it, like my oldest son, he was home and stuff. That was because they don't have school on Fridays, the school he goes to, and he heard the R. Kelly music, and I'm just like, what in the hell? What is this? And I'm looking like, are you kidding me? And so my son walked in, he said, and he saw it, he's like,
Yo.
I didn't see that. I didn't want to see that. I said, oh my God. I had to really turn it off because I was feeding my little 2-year-old and stuff, and I was about to, the F-bombs were about to start coming out of my mouth. I was like, I'll put it to you like this. I do agree that you have, as a parent, you definitely got to be careful who your children are with and stuff. And if anything,
We know your kid is with you.
If she knew that they were going to be filming a skit, she should have been there on the set to see exactly what was going on. If she had seen that and stuff, she should have, like, any little inkling of that going on, she should have put a stop to it. So, but just overall, just them just doing it, whether it was just in fun or it's nothing funny about it or whatever, or they were trying to do a message, I just think it was just in very poor taste. This was nothing to poke fun at or whatever, but I hated it and stuff, and I just wish I can get that image out of my mind.
Yeah, well, let me say that.
That's how I feel about it.
Well, let me ask you this. I noticed Aries Spears, a couple of things. Aries Spears got in trouble or hot water with people over the Lizzo remark, and Tiffany Haddish.
Yeah.
Tiffany Haddish reportedly, I believe, she had been, people are talking about she has some investment in some type of tech company, and as well as what's going on with her praising Dr. Claude Anderson. Do you think that might possibly be part of this? Because this is my thing is this.
I didn't know that.
It's rumored, yeah.
Shakedown, but at the same time, the video, they really should have thought that through before even doing something like that. Because to me, nothing like that is funny. Making fun of it. Okay, if you want to do a public service announcement about be careful who you leave your children with, go about it a different way, not make it in a comical sense and stuff. And the fact that anybody found it funny, I have to look at them with a side eye. Because there's absolutely nothing funny about it with me at all and stuff. Because I said, Lord help me, I said, something like that has ever happened with any of my children.
Yeah. How did you?
I'll be in jail. I will be in jail. I promise you, I'll be in jail behind.
Oh, I know that. Well, let me ask you one last question. How did you feel about SNL or In Living Color when they did skits like that? Because SNL had wait, Danielle, stop. Danielle, stop. Danielle.
It was nasty.
Danielle, stop. I was trying to stop. I don't know if you can hear me.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Now I'm putting this on the screen because I wasn't.
I can't see.
I'm putting it on now, but I can hear your son is in the back. We know you're watching him. But if you look at this, they've always made jokes about stuff like this. Now that's Adam Sandler and that's Alec Baldwin, and the skit is called Canteen Boy. And Alec Baldwin is basically, he's a scoutmaster that's makes advances on Adam Sandler's character. Now, this was in 1993, and SNL, and I want people to be, because we're adults, we can have conversations about stuff like this. They've been known always, they like to push the envelope with stuff like this.
Yes.
And it was and apparently it was controversial. Now, would it have been different if it were? Would it have been different in that skit with Aries if he had adults instead of children? If it was, even though it was crazy having a grown man playing that character, would it have been different? Do you think people would react differently?
Would they react differently if it
Yeah.
were adults instead of children?
Yeah.
Possibly so. Now, me personally, I wouldn't have liked it because honestly, I did like In Living Color, but certain skits that they would do, I couldn't take looking at it. I just found it disgusting. SNL, I wasn't exactly the biggest SNL fan because some of the things that they would do would make me sick to my stomach. So, I mean, just certain things I just could not take, even back then and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You said that particular skit was like in 93? Okay, I was in college at that time.
Yeah, it was in the 90s when they did that. Alec Baldwin, Alec Baldwin, they brought him back multiple times. He did the whole Donald Trump thing.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this.
See, I'm not defending.
Back then, I couldn't take certain things back then.
Yeah. See, I'm not what I'm trying to get at is this. Everybody, and I've said this before, is presumed innocent because in terms of breaking the law, if the police investigated this, and maybe they didn't have this video, I don't know, but they found that they, in order to do molestation or child pornography, things of that nature, it's not just that simple. You see something like this happening because there have been movies, and let's be real, where they have shown rape. There have been movies when they've shown children being molested. There's a movie that Adam Sandler did called That's My Boy, where he plays a kid who was famous for being a victim of a teacher who had sex with him. There's an actual movie called there's an actual movie he did called That's My Boy. And Jimmy Kahn, who just died, he played Sonny in The Godfather. He was a alcoholic swerving priest. They actually did. I mean, it was real sick, but the stuff in it, like, it was it didn't do that well at the box office, but it was controversial because people thought it trivialized not only pedophilia but also incest, because there's a scene where, and I know this is all graphic, there's a scene where his son, who was the product of that rape, was dating or about to marry this woman, and she was having an affair with her own brother. That's how sick it was. So who is somebody in Hollywood? It's Hollywood for a reason. Somebody is smoking weed or doing some type of drug we ain't discovered on the market yet, or even the black market yet, that is sitting up there getting high, coming up with ideas like this stuff. Now, what's interesting, they had talked about this, Danielle, this skit that Aries did actually in 2018.
Now, see, I didn't even know that. 2018. Let's see, I was working with
They mentioned it briefly.
I was hardly watching TV. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my 2-year-old to go to sleep, but I apologize for this. I didn't even know about that back in 2018.
Yeah, this article says also people are pulling up an old skit about the mind of a pedophile that sees Spears jumping in a tub with a little boy and getting hauled up by the same kid. It's disgusting. And Tiffany Haddish is going to have to explain her role in the skit too at some point. So this is in 2018. Now, so my only problem is, why are we such a reaction that we just trained? I want people to get, because again, y'all thinking I'm trying to rep or him or anything like that or defend him. I'm saying we gotta I don't like to. I'm not Pavlov's dog where they ring the bell and I run. We gotta ask ourselves if they knew about this, why now? That's my only thing. You know, obviously when something goes viral, but again too, this seems to be about money. Was this about money?
You're right about that. If they've been knowing about this and stuff, then why all of a sudden now?
Right. Well,
So, yeah,
it doesn't.
it
Yeah.
it could be a shakedown, definitely. But like I said, just a video.
Sure.
I guess because I'm a mother, I'm just seeing it, you know. But yeah, from that aspect, yeah, there's a good chance it is a shakedown.
Right.
Because as history has been showing us, look what happened with Bill Cosby, or Kelly. Now, still trying to figure out why in the world they're trying to go after George Foreman. Maybe because he's a very successful businessman.
Yeah.
You know, being famous and everything. I said, golly, I said, I wonder who's going to be next on the top. Because it seems to be like every month or every other month, somebody.
Danielle, you're going to have to put the baby to bed now.
I'm trying to. So I refuse to take a nap, Gavin. I apologize. He just,
give him a kiss for me, but yeah, put him to sleep. But yeah, but I, you know, even as a uncle myself, I don't have children yet, but when I do, you know, I don't even think it may change my perspective. My thing is, I've always believed in the presumption of innocence. But was I disgusted by that video? Yes. I was. Even Tariq Nasheed said he couldn't look at it after he saw the. I was done.
say that again, Gavin.
I said I was done the minute the raccoon eyes went through the newspaper.
Yeah, me too.
When he had them eyes up, when he has this Aries Spears eyes open up that wide, even in the beginning, this was just sickening.
I'm sorry, Gavin.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna let you and the baby.
I really want to talk about this, but this boy refuses to go to sleep. I mean, I've been fighting him all day. He's taking a nap, but now today.
Well,
Tormenting his older brother today.
Well, we thank you all for calling in. Why don't y'all take it easy. Good night, baby.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I just said good night.
Oh, good night. Good night.
Thank you for calling in. Oh, Lord. Yeah, Danielle got her hands full. Whew. I hope it ain't going to be like that when I'm a dad. My baby, be quiet. Oh. Come on, we can take another call. Thank you, Harley. Harley is a new subscriber. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all show your love for Harley, everyone. The number is 504-656-6760. What do y'all think of this? What do y'all think of this shakedown or lowdown or neither? Very interesting. We got 16 votes. 44% say lowdown. 25% say shakedown. And 31% say neither. So what do you mean when you say neither? I want to know what you all think. For those that voted neither, why don't you call in? No, is Harvey on here? Oh, I think y'all, you mean Harley, PD Chicago. I don't think Harvey's on here. You know, I don't like peering on everybody's YouTube channel. Hold on, let me go. We gotta share screen if we're gonna do Harvey, all right? Hold on. Boop, boop, boop. You know, I don't like appearing on everybody's YouTube channel. Because, you know, then if they appear on the channel, people are going to want to see me. I try to stay invisible, folks. But this right here, like this is karma. This is karma for Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish. Because you know what they did was wrong to Michael Jackson. You know what they did was wrong to R. Kelly. You even know they went hard on Bill Cosby. I told you so. I told you so. I told you so. Look, they deserve this. Because Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish were doing them Cosby skits when he was putting that pudding pop in Tiffany Haddish's mouth. Because Tiffany, she didn't have no career. She wasn't funny then. Like, why y'all keep attacking Mr. Cosby? I remember Aries Spears on Mad TV, but I ain't never seen Aries Spears. I ain't never found him funny. What's funny about that? Pew, pew, pew. I wouldn't be surprised if Shannon Sharp actually talks about this. I just want to say right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Skip. I saw that Skip, and I literally hit the fan, Skip. Skip, I wanted to knock somebody's ass out. I want to hit him harder than Bill Romanowski hit me and separated my shoulder in that 2001 game. That game that actually got me retired for good from the Baltimore Ravens. That game that actually got me good when I had to retire actually from the Denver Broncos in 2002, Skip, because I couldn't deal with it no more. And Aries Spears, if I was him, I would have come out that tuxedo and whooped his ass. I'd have come out that tuxedo just like Chris Rock would come out that tuxedo and whip Will Smith's ass. See, I can't deal with this no more, Skip. This is disgusting, Skip. Because I tell you this stuff. We got a delegation now. We can't deal with this, man. We can't do this, Skip. Come on, Skip. I wonder if Steve Harvey talk about Tiffany Haddish? He have Summer Madness playing. Let me just say right here. That's my girl, Tiffany Haddish, but her ass in trouble, y'all. I ain't no way I could. Ain't no way I can defend that bullshit. Yeah, I mean, damn, y'all. Your ass, Tiffany Haddish. I mean, damn, y'all. Your ass thought it was fine to have a little girl eating a damn sandwich, a foot-long sandwich. Hell, your mama could have made you a homemade sandwich. She could have made your ass a sugar sandwich like I had to do when I was living in my car. I didn't have a damn money. I had $4 back in Cleveland, y'all. My ass was stuck begging your ass for money. I was on the corner performing comedy, barefoot with a trench coat, looking like Expector Damn Gadget. That brown trench coat. Every time I walked, I heard that damn theme song. Y'all should have seen it in '85 when they did the show and copied that theme. Then I was the man. Oh, let me not talk about that because my daughter, y'all, I don't want my daughter. I'm so damn disappointed. I was this close because had she gotten engaged to Michael B. Jordan, my ass would never have to put nothing on the dowry. I didn't want to put no damn thing on the dowry because my son-in-law had Black Panther money. My son-in-law killed Muncher. The kill Muncher from Black Panther. Oh, his ass, her ass, and my grandkids, they all been set. I was so damn disappointed in her ass. But I gotta stay focused. I gotta stay with her, y'all, because my daughter mean everything. Her ass is my world. So y'all show your love for Well, no, don't show it for his ass because they broke up, but show it for my daughter, y'all. Your ass better show you, everybody, put your hands together and show your love for my daughter, Lori. That's right, Steve. Your daughter, we all want to see her ass. Nobody wants to call in. Yeah, this is interesting. So I only got one person calling in. My man, you know who I missed? I don't know if he's okay or what's up, but I would love. I know he was working last time. I think he had issues with work. Excuse me 1 second. Huh? So, all right. So nobody wants to talk about it. I think that we. So I'm just looking at the poll, and y'all can see the poll for yourself. But I see a lot of y'all saying it's neither. Y'all, some of you say it's low down what they did. So majority of people found what they did to be terrible, and I can understand it. I agree. I didn't like it either. I thought it was in poor taste. Why did it do that? I'm not trying to go to Hubie. Sorry about that. Yeah, 40%. Look at that. 35% say Shakedown out of 20 votes, but majority say Lowdown. I wonder if I had put neither, what would have been the breakup of it? But come on, there got to be somebody else that wants to take a call, because if there's no other calls, I'm gonna wrap it up. You know. Uh-oh. Oh. Guys, it done came true. With dreaming they will come. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only. Y'all put y'all hands together. Steve Harvey said, put your hands together and show your love for Mr. Black Voltron, all the way from Oak Town, California. What's going on, Black Voltron? Yeah.
What's going on, Gavin?
This ain't Gavin, this Steve. Yeah.
I got a rare day off.
All right, brother. How you doing?
Hot as hell, man. It was 105 degrees in Oakland today.
Oh, tell me about it. Well, it wasn't that hot here in Louisiana, but it is humid. Too damn humid. So it's the same thing. But tell us, it was a little. Yeah, so tell us what you think about this, man. Lowdown, Shakedown, neither.
With Tiffany Haddish, I think it's a shakedown, of course. I mean, how do you get charged, on a crime for just being in the vicinity of it? I mean, if she wasn't actively participating in the so-called molestation or anything, how can she be liable? So we just gonna start charging people for just being in the vicinity now? I mean, that's bullshit. I mean, as much as I don't really like Tiffany Haddish as off code as she is, you don't, you go down that road as we saw with, Me Too Times Up. They're just only gonna start charging black folks. Let's be 100 about it. And with Aries Spears, I'm still getting caught up on the case. I'm not sure if he did it or not, because you're the first person that I saw, that mentioned this case. I've been working my ass off for like the last 60 days, so I'm just getting back into it and stuff like that. I can't keep up with all of it, but if he did do it, man, cancel that nigga and throw him down the river. If he didn't do it, he needs to sue not only the people that's accusing him of this heinous crime, but all the media people are participating in destroying his name. So, just like Mr. Cosby, he needs to put the pedal to the metal and wear his pockets out for accusing him. If he did not do it, but if he did, all bets are off. Fuck him. He needs to go to the deepest corner of hell. Fuck him and everybody related to him.
Yeah, well, I think the reason Tiffany Haddish is mentioned in the suit and accused is because she supervised the skit, and just from the allegations I'm reading, and enticed the children to be a part of it. So if she obviously developed the skit and wrote it and knew about it, and again, we don't know because we weren't there. But if there was any type of inappropriateness that was going on, impropriety or illegality, and she knew about it or participated, then they can charge you as a principal. But the thing is, there are no charges against either of them as of now. And no, they're not being charged; they're being sued.
Oh, okay. Well, then we don't even know if the crime even occurred.
No, hold on 1 second, Trump. Hold on a second. My phone, the phone dropped. Cool. Literally, my phone dropped. Okay, Black Bone Shot. Yeah, we good. No, we don't know if a crime has occurred or happened yet, which is why, as much as I found the skit to be distasteful, but I couldn't stomach it. But they have not been convicted, and the question is, my main question is, who financed it?
I got a bigger question than that, Gavin. Where the hell were these children's mama and daddy at?
Well, that's another thing we asked earlier, because apparently, what they're saying is that the mother, and again, her name is Miss Morris. Her name is Trizia Morris. They're saying Tiffany, right? They're saying Tiffany had enticed them to do a skit for Nickelodeon, which is why she let them participate in it, and that she obviously trusted Tiffany and wanted to come out and say this and do this. You're thinking that it was that, but then according to the lawsuit, they're saying that the kids' mother the kids were traumatized by it, and that they made them do certain stuff. And let's be real. If you are filming anything with children, other adults, in particular their parents, still need to be there. Even if it was Nickelodeon, I think she still needed to be there.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
As a parent, you ain't doing shit to my child without me being present.
Right.
If they were that young, was like
7 and 14. I think she said 14 and 7. Yeah, 14 and 7.
I'll be damned if you're gonna do something with my daughter without me being present.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you're a family friend or not. I'm so hyper vigilant about my daughter. I even catch you remotely doing anything that's inappropriate. Not only I'm gonna remove my children from it, I'm gonna beat your ass.
Yeah.
You hear me? Family friends or not, bitch, you getting fucked up. You ain't that rich to get an ass whooping. Fucking with my children, I don't give a fuck. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. Tiffany Haddish knows better. Look, I gotta look and see the skit and see what it is. I kind of don't want to because it sounds like it's something very inappropriate, and I don't like seeing that. But
it is.
Enticing somebody? How do you entice somebody to do something? You can do that with children. How do you do that with adults? You know, free thinking, free will adults. Adults don't have any self control, any
I'm gonna get the bag.
Any type of willpower.
I'm gonna get the bag. That's what they do. I mean, it's like with R. Kelly. It's like with R. Kelly. It's even like with Michael Jackson. You say something, so you get money from it. But again, we don't know all the facts. But I want to update something. I'm just seeing an article right now from Hot New Hip Hop. Apparently, what they're saying is, and I'm going to share this with everybody. Tiffany Haddish has spoken out, and reportedly, she stated she was relieved that the skit surfaced, saying, "quote I was tired of being extorted." So I don't. So again, I'm waiting till I get all. I'm waiting till I get all the facts out. I want to hear what all the facts are before that. But if there was a police report filed, and if the police report investigated it and initially and found nothing, then nothing else could be done. However, the accusers today, the children who were in this video, reportedly penned a letter to the DA's office demanding that the two be arrested. So was it stuff that but we don't know if there were any other adults in that skit who was there, who was supervising. All of that stuff needs to come out. But, you know, if they did anything to those children, fuck them.
Right, exactly.
If they did, I don't know.
2014, right, Gavin?
It happened in 2014, yeah.
Why didn't you call the police when it happened?
Because apparently they're saying Aries Spears, the mom wanted to see the footage, and reportedly Aries Spears said he hadn't edited yet, and she wanted to see because the boy came back home crying. So maybe.
Why didn't she call the police then? And then fourth Aries Spears show. She could have did all this shit 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. She could have did this 8 years ago. Why all of a sudden she's coming out with it in 2022 when it should happen in 2014? Isn't that suspicious to anybody? A possible molestation? And you gonna wait till 2022 for it to come out? Come on, man. No parent in their right mind gonna sit up there and let this shit happen and affect their children at 7 and 14 years old and wait for them to become adults. Yeah. 8 years later? No. Damn that. I don't care how much money somebody offers you. Ain't no money worth molesting my child.
And they're saying,
if you're a real parent.
You know, I was listening to Dwan B, and he said reportedly Aries paid some money to him. But Tiffany Haddish, I was looking at another article. She didn't want anything to do with any type of settlement. So I don't know what's going on. I just want to wait till all the facts came out. But the video in and of itself, the skit, I would say it was disgusting. You know, I didn't find it funny. It was cringe. It was cringeworthy more than anything.
Well, you know, I don't think Aries Spears has that much of a career to begin with. And what's left of it is gone now for sure. You know, that is attached to your name. He's radioactive as far as I'm concerned, and as far as I'm concerned and stuff. Whether he did something or not, I mean, that dude just ain't cool.
Well, anytime,
wait and see.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just tell you this: the minute you are accused of doing anything to a child, you're done. Even if you didn't do it, your name's tarnished. Because everybody, I mean, look at Michael. You could be acquitted, but I still think you did something. That's the consensus with a lot of people. You're done. So,
for the public opinion, yeah.
Right. You know, that's what happened to the Central Park 5. They had to sue and be exonerated in order for people to finally see they were wrong. But they had some people, I won't name.
Not even that, Gavin. Sorry to interrupt. It was that movie is what did it.
The movie.
Even they did all that. It was the movie that actually, brought it all back to life.
Yeah, the movie they did on Netflix brought it all the way back to life. Yeah, and I mean They actually got the woman who was the prosecutor fired from her job.
Mm-hmm. Should have did that in '89, '90. Sure, but go ahead.
Yeah. Some chick named Star said the gooey raccoon is going out bad in my Corey Holcomb.
What?
She's Aries
What did you
Spears.
say?
She's doing her Corey Holcomb voice, calling him the gooey raccoon. Because remember when Aries and Corey had that fight? Not Corey, Zoe. Zoe was missing more shots than De La Hoya hitting Pernell Whitaker, man. Zoe elbow.
He's a fucking nut. You crazy.
I wonder if Corey gonna talk about it tonight.
You know he is.
But you know, he and Tiffany Haddish are close. I saw him go in on Earthquake. Like, damn.
Oh, come on. Yo, does that ever stop Corey Holcomb from talking about anybody? He don't give a fuck. He's still gonna say something. Definitely about Aries Spears. Oh, excuse me, the gooey raccoon.
He said we under a raccoon eye attack, because Zoe was. Yeah. CompuBox Nundra showed Zoe Williams threw 0 punches but landed skid elbows on about 10 skid elbows on Aries Spears. All he was throwing was forearms.
He's still talking about Zoe. Come on, man.
No, he's not. He's not. No, he's not. I'm saying that because I just thought about it because some chick named Saw called him gooey raccoon in her Corey Holcomb voice. And Corey, ever since they did that show back in April of 2017, Aries Spears has never been invited back, obviously, because he sued Corey, I think. So, yeah, I mean, it's always. I've heard some stuff about Aries Spears. I've never met him or heard of. I know him from Mad TV, but some people have always said. Yeah, some people have said said he's not a good guy, but I mean, I don't know him, so I don't know the man.
Well, we about to find out, in this case and stuff. It kind of seems like a shakedown. It might be possible, but to me, as a parent, I'm not gonna wait no goddamn 8 years.
No.
Something happened to my daughter and my son. Look here, the world gonna know about it. You got Twitter, you got Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat. The goddamn world gonna know about you. I'm gonna put you on the fucking Summer Jam screen and make you even more famous than your whack ass career already is. If you did that, allegedly, to my children. Ain't no way I'm waiting on 8 goddamn years. And there's gonna be some folks that's gonna see your punk ass and shit. You ain't that untouchable, nigga. Your career ain't popping like that to have that type of security. So, if there was some real parents, that nigga would have been handled viciously. You hear me? Viciously.
Yeah.
So, I don't know about this, Gavin. I don't know about this. It's like, there's a lot of gray area in here. It might be a partial shakedown. It might be true. And maybe the mother feels like it's the only way she can get some type of justice. I don't have enough information from the case. I'm gonna look it up and check it out and stuff like that. But if he did do it, man, all bets off. Fuck him. Whatever happens, happens. And he can go to the farthest, like I said, to the farthest pits of hell.
Oh.
And hey, appreciate getting back with you. Glad to be here from this rare day off. I won't be on New Black Media that often, unfortunately because of my work schedule. But man, I'm glad you're still here. Glad doing well. And I'm about to order some Creole dishes, bro. The Creole seasoning, some nanas.
All right, we'll get you that nanas.
So much appreciated. Keep it moving, Gavin, and be one to the fullest, bro.
Be one, man. All right, thank you, Black Voltron. Oh, we're gonna have to find a way. I gotta get some calls. I bought this interface for stuff, but easier way for me than just put my phone on a microphone like that, y'all. But I'm glad the brother called in. So most of y'all say it was Lowdown, according to the results I have. And some of you are saying apparently you think that some of you say Shakedown. So I've had, I mean, its majority says Lowdown, but by 42%, 31 say Shakedown, and 27% says neither. They just don't think. I wonder if those that say neither just thinking differently about it. But do y'all think this is so? Talking and Grubbin says this is their karma. So Talking and Grubbin, I take it you think I'm gonna end the poll right now. I take it that you think it's karma from the Bill Cosby situation when they were doing the skits on Cosby. Like Harvey said, y'all took them skits on Mr. Cosby, and you know you were wrong. Like, why? See, I don't consider most comedians funny these days because they so stupid. This is stupid. You know, they did a skit. I don't want to share it, but they did do a skit on Dr. Cosby making fun of Tiffany and Aries making fun of Bill Cosby. And some people probably think that's where the karma is coming from. I don't know, like I said, the whole facts of the case. Do I think they were stupid enough? I look at it from a criminal defense attorney's perspective. Do I think they would be stupid enough to actually put a video up where they are acting out on their sexual fetishes on a minor? So I have a hard time coming up with that, but if you look there, that's the skit that Tiffany and Aries did. Trying to do Bill Cosby. Ugh. Now, what's interesting, I'm gonna close on this too, is I asked the question, who produced the skit? Funny or Die, interesting, they immediately denounced it, although it was on their website. They were quick to put out a response saying we had nothing to do with it. Well, they're not doing skits for nothing. Because I'm looking here, it's apparent that the skit it was a skit. That Funny or Die, they filmed for Funny or Die, so we know who produced it. But Funny or Die, of course, did deny they had anything to do with it. They released a statement saying they found this video absolutely disgusting. Will never produce such content. We are not involved. We were not involved with the conceptualization, development, funding, or production of this video. It was uploaded to the site as user-generated content and was removed in 2018 immediately after becoming aware of its existence. I don't know. Zelle Williams wanted to whip his ass and failed. But So Williams had to have thrown about 10 shots and missed, and the dude was right there. The dude was right there. The dude was right there. And Zoe is swinging. I don't want to show it because it's part of the 5150 show, but when you saw him get up trying to stop, trying to hit the dude. Look, I mean, elbows. I was watching. All right. I'm gonna close out, guys, since we ain't got no more callers. But look, I want you please support this channel by donating to the Cash App, PayPal, and Google Pay. You see the tickers at the bottom. Yeah. I I gotta watch. I haven't watched 5150 in a while, but shout out to Corey Holcomb. I know he's coming to New Orleans actually in October, so I might have to buy some tickets and see the brother. But I don't want to approach him because I know he might talk shit about me on his show if he comes down. But we miss seeing you, Black Voltron. Black Voltron's been working. It's good seeing you, some chick named Star. Wonder where I only need to see Rosalind and Black Mama. I miss them. You know, Charles Barkley, let me just say, Charles Barkley miss all y'all. Here the thing, Ernest, the Laker, you know, not having my mutual subscribers on this channel, Ernest, it's like the Lakers not having LeBron in street clothes. You know? All right, y'all. So please donate to the Cash App, the PayPal, Google Pay. I need somebody to please, if someone could please bless me tonight, I'd be grateful. Oh, thank you, some chick named Star. So we're gonna wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna wrap this up now. But that's what's going on in Hollywood. So I think if there is a positive about this sketch, as ill-mannered it may have been, it does bring some truth about something we're all universally saying. Please be mindful of who you let around your children, regardless if they're famous or regardless of who they are. Be sure you're there present 24/7. And I mean, if you do leave them alone, make sure you trust them and you know them for sure. You know, I want to thank everyone who's been here. I want to thank you all. Thank you, Darius. Thank you, some chick named Star. Of course, Black Voltron, Danielle. We have Long Tong Soo, Long Tong Sung, and just a bunch of people. I just couldn't. It's too many to think of. But Judah, Black Queen, all y'all, man, I really appreciate it. I thank y'all for the love. So we're gonna wrap up this video. I need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Share this video. We're gonna talk some more. We'll be back Thursday. It'll be interesting to hear what Sean has to say about this. You know, also I want y'all to go and subscribe to At Commonwealth Cause, our Facebook page, advertise on this channel. I need you to join the Patreon. And another thing I'd like you to do is go on iTunes and purchase Gotta Get On Up, which is our theme song. So I really appreciate it, ladies and gentlemen. I've been looking to and there's something in development right now. I'm trying to organize something where we can give water to our brothers and sisters in Jackson. particularly if you're out of the state, if you're not in Mississippi, because I know in Jackson they've been struggling to find water there. Why don't we do a drive? So I'm trying to throw something together with some organizations here in New Orleans, like the 100 Black Men, and also maybe the Zulu Social Aid and Pleasure Club. We can do something to them. Thank you, Black Voltron, for the donation. What's up, Tylene? Thank you again for tuning in. Y'all purchase the book on Kindle. We're going to make a paperback version of it, too, because I know a lot of people have been waiting for that, but it's just been hard, even if I got to do it myself. But we'll put it on paperback soon, but it's easier. It's downloaded on Kindle. So a shout out to Victor and Bishop Scott. I was on their channel this past Sunday, talking about the book. And I hope y'all had a good Labor Day. I know things have been tough for everybody, but you enjoy being with your family. Take time to be with them. Kiss your loved ones on the hand. Tell them that you're special. All right. We're going to wrap this up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brothers, Voltron, everybody else. So let's feel the groove and get on the floor. Let's get on up, ladies and gentlemen. Holla. I love y'all. Peace.
Girl, come on. Gotta dance to the beat, because on the dance floor is where we'll be. Show me what you got. Gotta feel the groove. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the. Right now the party's wasted. There's nothing much to do. But once the groove gets started, tell me, what do you have to lose? Just look into my eyes, girl, as we glide across the room. And what to my surprise now, the beat takes hold of you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the. Tell the DJ play the whispers. Rock steady in the mood. Put on earth, wind, and fire. Tonight we're gonna groove. Show me how you do the four corners. Electric slide or two. Hit the bus stop or do the bunny hop, baby. It's really up to you. Now if you're feeling like I'm feeling, so come on baby, let's start dealing. Time to get this party started. Ain't no time for the broken hearted. When the rhythm takes hold of you, there's only one thing left to do. Cause the beat is really moving. Time to get your body moving. Gotta get on up and move your body. Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the. Now 2020 hasn't been the best year of all times. We've been dealing with death, the pandemic, racism, bad policing, and all the bad rhymes. But like Uncle Snoop once said, if you breathe and you achieve. And so if you're ready, I need you all to get on up. Are you ready? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Get your butt on the dance floor. 5 and 6 and 7, 8. This jam we appreciate. We're gonna slide and step on the beat. On the dance floor is where we'll be. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up and move your body. 'Cause when the beat is really grooving, it's time to feel your body moving. Gotta get on up and shake something. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on the floor, baby. Yeah, gotta get on up. Come on, baby, gotta get on up, baby. Feel the groove, get on the floor. Get on up.